impossible to play football as an amputee, most of us would think. But think again and look at these players in Nairobi that are the living proof that being physically challenged is not the end of the world.
My name is Dalmas Otino, the captain of the Valentine Amputee Football Club. For me, I've been a footballer ever since I was young. I used to play with my fellow friends in the hood who are not physically challenged like me. So it was difficult for me to play a match whenever there was a tournament, since they could not accept me I could not fit into the game. So when KNAF came about, it was so good because I could now play, train, and take part in any kind of tournaments or any games.
The Kenya Amputee Football Federation, KNAF, works for a better future of the amputees and helps them fight the stigma of the one-armed and one-legged.
KNAF is an organization dealing with the disabled guys, specifically the amputee guys. The amputee guys who are having their amputated on the lower limb or on the upper limb. And so far we have not achieved much, but we have achieved quite a lot, because initially most of them were not having the tricycles. Most of them were getting it hard to reach here. Quite a number of them have been given the tricycle so that they can ride themselves to here. Most of them have been given new uniforms, new clothes, maybe, and there have been some help here and there, even though it is small, but it has been really helping them.
But it hasn't been smooth sailing all the time.
Whatever is holding us back, like we've been talking about funding and sponsors, that is where our back stops. Financial support. We need it, and we need it.
Most of the amputee guys, they are disabled guys. They are classified as the less fortunate guys. Most of them are not working. Most of them are just doing their menial jobs so that they can have something on the table in the long run. So they find it very difficult to come to play twice a week, because they have to go and fetch for their family first, is when they come to play. So it really becomes a very big challenge. It's a very big challenge, because if we can empower them, if we can find a way to empower them so that they can see the amputee football as like an employment to them, it will be very good to them, and also it will be very good to Kenya as a whole.
The Federation's trip to Russia was one of the highlights. It did not only inspire them, but also gave them the urge to continue teaching the amputees how to fish instead of giving them fish.
In the past, we've been looking at disability and poverty like twins. Once you're disabled, poverty is always behind you. So we look at when we look at the public, we say we don't want sympathy, we want empathy. So we urge the public, because what we saw in Russia was very, very encouraging. And when we looked at the players there, they are very, very much advanced compared to our own country, whereby we feel that in the past we had been forgotten. But okay, as the nation is coming up thinking about us, all putting us into consideration, there is still a lot to be done on people living with disabilities.
We want to change the perception of the Kenyan public that the amputee guys, they are not beggars. It is just a challenge, just like any other challenge, but we want to empower them so that they cannot be seen as the less fortunate. We want it to be seen as this is like a fallback plan, that maybe one day, one time, somebody might be amputated. You never know of tomorrow. Yeah. After that, maybe if you are really interested in amputee football, or maybe in playing or in any games, you'll find yourself doing quite a number of things you are not even doing while you are able. And also you want to tell the other able guys that amputee football is just like any other football. It is only that these guys use crutches while playing, and they use one leg while kicking football. And the goalkeeper is using one hand. We are intending to go to World Cup. With Kenya, have never gone to World Cup. We want to show them that we'll come back with tangible, positive outcome. And we are ready to do that, because our players are ready. They are really determined that they want to change the perception of the public towards the disabled guys.
As these football players clearly show us, disability is not inability.
I had an accident when I was 4 years old. And for me, I'll say, for the entire life, I've been an amputee, because I can't really recall the other 4 years with my 2 legs. So I only know myself as an amputee. I'm the swimming champion, Kenyan national champion, having won 10 gold medals at the moment. I'm a professional dancer. I do contemporary dance. Contemporary dance. So at the moment I'm working for a project in France, which will be ending in October. So I mean, it means that being an amputee doesn't hinder you to do anything. It's just a way, you know. For me, I normally say I'm better than any other person. I've got 3 legs, you know. I consider my crutches my legs. So if you guys have got 2 legs, I'm on 3 legs, so I've got an advantage over you. So no one should ever be discouraged for being an amputee or being physically challenged, because it all comes from the heart.
Walemavu wanajibebanga kama si watu. Na sawaambia hivi, ni vizuri sana kujibeba wewe kama ni mtu. Hata ukibeba wewe si mtu, wewe jibebe kama wewe ni mtu. Kwa sababu kwa mfano, ukijitegemea utategemewa na familia. Huwezi ukaombaomba upate mali.
And to the people who are physically challenged, and especially the challenge of the amputee, well, I say never ever give up. Never ever give up, because I believe that nobody is useless in this world.